Hey guys. Okay, so I'm here to discuss why some of us don't have children or why we haven't had them. We may have them now or plan on having them, but I'm just covering this video for the topic of why some of us don't have children. Well, my reason for not having children right now is because, well, when I was small and I was in elementary school, I daydreamed and dreamed about having children at a young age because I valued family and I valued the time, how precious, it was just to have a family. I knew how precious that was. I knew how important, how loving and valuable that was. It was just in my heart. So, I would have dreams about or just daydreams, mainly daydreams, not actual dreams, but visions about what am I going to name my children if I'm going to have if I'm going to have girls, I'm going to name them after my mother or my aunt or my grandmother, everyone in my family, and then give some more girls some extra names that aren't in my family. Then if I have some sons, I'm going to name them after the people in my family, then add on to the collection and come up with different names. But then I figured out how names and people's um, characteristics, it has an effect on that person's because of the type of name that they have. So now that I'm older, I know to be careful about what you name your child. Yeah. Okay. Um, so, and then as I got a little bit older, I've always been a shy person. So, but I've always been the one that wanted to know and wanted to see how things were done. But let's just say, like over the years, you know, with women, I've been getting very, I felt, a little bit intimidated, and I felt a little bit, worried and, just shy and not knowing how to please them and what to expect from them, what would make them happy all the way, because it always seems like some women made me feel like I was very worthy and was very manageable and easy to work with. And then some women I felt like maybe they, like some women I felt like they were into me as growing up, and then sometimes I felt like they weren't, and it was because it was two-sided. It was because I knew that they probably wanted someone stronger, and I knew that I probably wasn't this strong macho type of guy, and or what they would call it an alpha male now. Probably they've always been calling it that. And there's been different reasons for me becoming shy because I just never thought that I never thought that I would be someone who would be ready at that time to have a child, because I felt like I would be getting rid of my childhood. I had barely even, you know, I haven't even, had a normal childhood really, So I mean, I have, but really, I haven't really been anywhere. I haven't done anything. So I felt like I was robbing myself trying to rush into do something. That's why my daydreams would be like when I get older, I would have children. And then I also thought about, like at a very young age, I always thought about, how I needed to start having children at a young age so that I won't be old whenever my children, get, older, or something like that. I want them to experience their parenthood while the parents are very young and things like that. And then another reason why some people don't have children is because it was because of the childhood. They probably want to experience more, or they probably been through something that they want, to get back and gain back and not miss any opportunities. But, and some people may not understand the value, the importance of having children. Some people say it's about leaving a legacy, and some people are saying it's about, being fruitful, by the word of God, and multiplying and being a blessing to someone else some days or whenever you're not here, or when you are here and you have someone that is giving you comfort, because all of your focus, and you will have a different type of way of thinking, because your lifestyle would be more in order, I would say, because you will have a greater responsibility. That's how it's supposed to be when you have children. It's supposed to give you a great responsibility, but God said that the blessings will come many, many, many times if you do have children, but also do right by your children. He does say that. Um, you don't want the children to grow up to hate their parents or anything like that. So that's the reason why it's very important, to do right by your children. If your mother and your father, abused you while you were younger, or for whoever this is for, it's not for you to abuse yours, because now you have a fresh start and you can, let them experience what a good parent is like, for the first time. You're breaking the curses and everything like that, if there were one, but it may not even be a curse. You just don't want to have that habit, of, being mistreated, if you were mistreated by your parents or whoever raised you. Another reason why people don't have children is because of their sexuality. I feel like, well, like I said, at a young age, I was thinking about having children, when I was like 8 years old, thinking about what I'm going to name my children, my daughter or my sons. What am I going to name them? And things like that, who I'm going to have my child with, I didn't even think about that so much, but I did think about, you know, how many children I was going to have. 11 children, um, 11 girls and 11 boys. I don't know why I always thought that. Um, but then again, the number got greater and greater, only because I was coming up with creative names that I wanted them all to have. So that was really funny. Another reason why some people don't have children is because, like I said, sexuality. I felt like, because if I was never introduced into guys being with other guys, like if I were never seen porn on the internet, I probably wouldn't even, my mind wouldn't even be shifted in that direction and into thinking about, being with another guy or anything like that. Um, Not that I'm giving you an answer of who I am or anything like that, because I can't tell you who I am. I am who I am, and I'm not going to give you anymore. I'm not going to put a label on myself. Um, I have played around on social media plenty of times, and in real life. But my thing is, if porn was never invented and we didn't have any exposure of, homosexuality is what they would call it, or same sex, relations or anything like that, I probably wouldn't even be directed into that direction for wanting to explore it. I probably wouldn't. And honestly, I was introduced into that type of vision by the visions of other people, or by the actions of other people. So they probably, which I know they were introduced to it as well by watching porn, and then now their minds are starting to think more inclusively, like, maybe I am attracted to this person, or maybe I am interested in doing something like this, or want or liking what I see. Maybe I am. So it started in question, and now it's almost like you're thinking, well, now that I have this much thought about, doing something with the same sex, does any woman want me now? It's kind of weird. It's like, does any woman even want to, make a baby with me? Is there any woman that wants, and of course there are, but, you want to find the right one, and it's almost like you're not sure if, you know, you who being who you are is going to last long in the presence of the woman. You know, what if you want to stop and you don't want to continue with that lifestyle anymore, and the woman is not really, wanting to deal with that? Or what fair will it be if you don't know how she truly feels about the same sex, and because she's a woman and she can play it off more, and sometimes men can play it off more, but we really don't know who we're interested in. Like, we know, but really the other person may not really know who you're sexually interested in. You know, they may not even realize that. So therefore, it's almost like, how can you, now you can easily judge a person and say we shouldn't, but you can easily judge a person and say, well, I felt like this person likes the same sex more than me because of this person's flamboyant ways, or what I saw this person um, grab towards their attention to, or what this person said, or who's, gives showing the attention to the person that I like, by the same sex. Things like that can cause people to start to wonder if, you know, if they should stay with the same sex, or if they should, try the opposite and just live their life. And most people do what they want. Most people, live their life. No one can be in your head and determine, what you're thinking about sexually. Some people can, and some people, you just really can't tell. Someone can be daydreaming all day about the same sex and be with the opposite, and now, as I got older, and as we all get older, as we all know, that we were all told that, the same sex is something that we should not be ashamed of. But the Bible does say that we should, but there's also a scripture in the Bible where it talks about certain people in the Bible that were same sex, and they were in a relationship. So I need to go back and read and see what that's all about, and maybe someone could tell me. But I need to go back and do my research. Now, I told you that the Bible was rewritten, so you never know if that was added in there and it wasn't true. That probably was true, that there were two people in the Bible who were married, or a couple, and they were the same sex. And I think there were stories in there about that. Another reason why some people don't have children is because, what the woman feels or says that she wants, the man may not feel like he can provide, because of how he feels he's not able or capable of fulfilling that because of his lifestyle. She may want a strong alpha male that is very dominant, and knows how to manipulate women and things like that. It could be different, but I've seen women get with different type of guys, and some people, they may not feel like this person was attractive. Some people get with people who aren't attractive. Some people get with people who aren't and are attractive. Some people don't look at attraction. They don't care about it. They're just looking at, the love, or the money, or the support, things like that. And honestly, I feel like things would be a whole lot different if I would have if I would have had if I had been grown up with a parent that made it feel like it was okay to have children, then I probably would feel differently. But it was kind of mixed. It was a both. It was like I grew up with a parent that made me feel like it was okay. Then grew up with a parent who made me scared and fearful of doing that. And that may be some people's issues. Now that I don't have that issue, I've never even had that issue. It's just that, you know, the media had really captivated my attention on what dominated the attention, to focus more on same sex because of the different creativity styles that they did things that was made. I mean, they made women. They detailed different parts of women and their sexuality to make that also something that wanted people to draw, to focus their attention on more strongly. And then there was parts of men's lifestyle that was very dominant, that they stressed, where they focused more on exposing certain parts of men to increase the audience attention, to make them want to focus more on that specific thing of a male, or you know just them, period, in general. So, I would say that the media and pornography is the reason why people don't have children. It's because there's other sexual things out there that gets people to want to, you know, provide more attention to, rather than the beauty of having children. And the Bible does say that children, um, are a blessing, but then it also tells a woman that, be proud and be great and happy because you have not travailed. You have not, you don't even desire having a child. You don't desire, you may not even be in your right state of mind to have one. So just be thankful. But some people who do, who are, and some people who aren't, end up having one, and the child still can be a blessing to somewhere else. That's why they say children are a blessing. So, either way it goes, it's almost like, you know, just be a blessing, whether if you have children or if you don't have children. Be generous and let people see the God in you, no matter what, if you have children or if you don't. But let's see. And another reason why I believe why people don't have children is because, well, trust issues and how they grew up, and also, them not wanting to repeat the same process over, um, and knowing that your life is different and you can call something else totally different. It doesn't have to be repeated. But some people, didn't have much, and they want to get all of that they can back, and they want it for themselves because they could have had it for themselves and they didn't have it, or they feel like they wanted it and they really didn't need it. But there's a lot of things that people have probably missed out on in life, and that they feel like, they need to focus on them getting it back, you know for themselves, in order for them to be happy. And then whenever they've had enough, then they probably feel like having children or something. But this is how I'm saying, like, it was the Confederate system. It's the reason why people don't have children, because they have so many distractions, and they focused more on robbing, generation society and their happiness and their peace, and with things that are blocked by distraction from things that are going to pretty much cause an abomination or destroy certain people. And an abomination, we all know what that is. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I believe that's the reason why people don't have children. See you guys. Don't forget, if you do or if you don't, be a blessing to someone else and yourself. Demonstrate God no matter what. Take care.